telephone call. We've got a fire room.
You've been busy.
Oh, a little bit. What I've got here and what I intend on doing is filing a monthly report, and it's just a situation report for the county of where we are and what's been going on. There's 2 extra copies. I did this before when I did the office. I think it's the only way to do things. This runs from May 4th to June 5th. The starting balance on our accounts is equipment $988.80, contractual services $600, supplies $347.40, training $281.60. Today's balances are $988.80. Contractual services $502.34, supplies $307.59, training $281.60. We had a total of $137 in expenses. The tow bill for the truck and an overdue inspection was $97.60, and an outstanding fuel bill was $39.81. The starting mileage on the truck was 113,470.8, and the present mileage is 113,471.5. The truck's over behind the sheriff's department in the parking lot. 7/10 of a mile was put on the truck in the month of May. The trailer has been reclaimed by the insurance company. It's gone. It's history. It's in a salvage yard someplace. The equipment that was removed had been stored. The radios that were in the trailer are not narrowband compliant, so they're dead after the first of the year. They're not reusable. To date, we've received $3,961.40 on the trailer from the insurance company, and there's a balance of $98.32.40 to be paid to the county commission. And if you go over in your thing, there's a letter from Travelers Insurance that explains all that. It breaks it all down, what was paid, the deductible, and the title has been delivered to the insurance company. They sent a company out of Pennsylvania to come and pick it up, and it has been moved. The radios are stored at with Richard Skinner. He helped take them out. He's a member of the Smithburg Fire Department. The hazmat stuff has been moved. 1-line and 3-line decontamination systems have been moved from the storage unit to Smithburg Volunteer Fire Department, and we're working on getting a better situation for them where they're more accessible. The mast, the antenna mast that was on the trailer was taken off by Black Bear or whatever that is, Bear Tracker.
John Sharp.
John Sharp took it off, and it's presently being stored behind the AA building. Roland had some help, and they put it there for right now. We have, I don't know what you guys want to do about this, but if we're going to replace the trailer, if you guys want to replace the trailer, I can't get a general consensus out of the departments, and we got another meeting Thursday night, and I'll try to find out then what they want to do. Some of the suggestions have been to do away with the large trailer, get a couple smaller trailers. If that's the case, then we don't need the truck, because every fire department has a tow vehicle for a smaller trailer or trailers. There was a suggestion of taking buy 2 small box trailers and put the hazmat stuff in one trailer, and then use the other trailer for the other equipment, the dive team and stuff like that. I don't have a problem with that. I'll try to work out a general consensus to get back first next month. But right now, the truck's sitting down there. The other thing it was doing was created a real nice pool for mosquitoes, because the truck bed doesn't leak. It had about 2 foot of water in it. So I turned it around so the water drained out. But I knew Beth didn't want the mosquitoes up here. The mask is, if we're not going to get a large trailer, the mask won't be useful. We have an offer on it from Tyler County for $1,000. Their OES would like to buy it and put it on their trailer, and I said, I don't know, that'll be your guys' decision. I can't make those decisions. And if we decide to get rid of the truck's fixed. I took it to Donnie Dodson. There was a ground wire on the fuel pump on the frame. He fixed it. He wouldn't take anything for it. He did it for nothing, so we thanked him. But Beth said if we decide to get rid of that truck, it has to go on the courthouse steps to be sold at auction and/or sealed bids, or there's a process. I talked to Beth Keller about that yesterday. Those would be your decisions. I don't have any decision in it. As far as the radios and stuff like that go, after January 1st, they're going to be pretty much useless. So they won't. They're not of the vintage that can be reprogrammed to the narrowband compliant regulations. So they're pretty much dead. I'd like to get the emergency organizations in the county to come together on an agreement on what we need and let them work it out and do this as far as what we're going to do, and I'd like for that to be a general consensus of them, because they're the ones that's going to have to use the equipment, they're the ones that's going to have to move it, they're the ones that's going to have to maintain it. There's storage available, there's people available, the training's already been done. I just would like to see what we're going to do about that, whether we do anything. There's about $13,000 that will be put back in the county commission's account. If it is not a problem, I would like to kind of war chest that money until let them figure out what they want to do with it, because I think it was an asset to the county. I'm not sure it was the right application for but it was a good thought, and it's gone now, so there's nothing else to deal with that. The operational status for the county is normal. Watches and warnings for weather, none. That we're 7.12 inches low for the year in rainfall. We're in the negative. The Middle Island Creek's at normal southern summer pool. Power outages are none. Requests for resources and provisions, none. I have listed here a daily contact list of my contacts with people about different things, different organizations, and the dates that it happened. The ones in red, there's two of them in red on May 24th and May 31st. Those are both requests for assistance. The first one was a transportation accident on 23, and I'll go over it, and then a request for interagency assistance.
Did they ever find that man that's missing?
I'll go over that just a minute. Contacts for the month from different organizations. I listed the organizations both in the county and out of the county. And as far as the different requests for alerts or requests for assistance, we had a transportation accident on May 25th. The assistant director was on scene. I was in Amish country. There was two fire departments, one EMS unit, OES unit from Doddridge County dispatched to a water truck that had a fuel leaking in the ditch, and the truck was on site. Location 3 miles north of Tarleton on 23. The remarks on that is we turned the scene over to the state road, and they're supervising the cleanup. On May 26th, we had an oil spill. I saw it in the newspaper. I was contacted later by the DEP. They told me that they were watering the roads with brine, which is not an uncommon practice. If you can catch them, if you don't catch them, then you go ahead and do it all the time. I caught them out of kills fish. I mailed the DNR officer a dead fish in Charleston. She said, you don't have any dead fish in your creek. And I said, no dead fish want to see it. So I went and got one, mailed it to her. She wasn't happy, but I got some back. Ryan Environmental is in charge of the cleanup, and DEP is surveying that, and I believe that was on Broad Run. It is in the Route 23 area. He's supposed to get me the information. On May 31st, the Sheriff's Department requested our assistance for a missing person on Route 18 South at 231014 area Carter Camp. They called me. I requested West Union VFD. I got 10 personnel, 2 4-wheel drive units, and that should say 1 UTV, not 1 UTV. As requested to the Sheriff's Department, search dogs for the Estral home were also put on scene. We did a light search of the area. It was determined that he was not there. I didn't think there was going to be any harm coming to him. He just wanted to disappear. He was bicycling east when they finally caught up to him at Elkins. There again, there's a copy of this report and the run forms attached. Work's in progress. We're in the process of updating the countywide disaster plan, and after I talked with John Dobson to 911 Center, he suggested that I get with James White from Ritchie County. He's OES director down there, and they just paid to have their plan done by a professional organization. And I guess they paid big bucks from what Bill Bayless said. Of course, a dime's big bucks to him, but anyway. We're going to try to blend the 2 plans together because we're working the same dispatch. It just makes sense that you shouldn't have to reinvent the wheel twice. So we're working with that. James White's going to get with me on that. We're also updating mutual aid agreements. I've got meetings set up with the senior citizens, the Board of Education, and the county park, and several other organizations for facilities in the county that we may or may not use for various operations. The high school and the county park are shelter areas, but they're also decontamination areas for any mass decontamination that we'd have to do, which includes the middle school and the elementary school and anything that would happen along 50 there. The Board of Education also supplies any type of mass transportation in the form of buses that we'd have to move people from point A to point B. We're also working on the inventory. I've inventoried everything that I had on the inventory when I resigned in 2001 or whenever that was, 2002 I think it was. Everything has been accounted for. It's either in operation or has been replaced with an equal or better unit. For instance, there is the dash cameras that we bought through the Homeland Security grant for the police cruisers that are being, for the Sheriff's Department, are in the process of being updated to the newer ones without the 8-track tapes in them. I call it 8-tracks, it's not that. They've got digital tape in them instead of they're getting modernized. Also in that grant were the doors to the school, for the elementary school and the middle school, the 4-wheeler for the Sheriff's Department in the trailer, the Ranger for the Sheriff's Department in the trailer. Everything's been, the night vision stuff, all that stuff's been inventoried, all the radios we bought, all the pack repeaters are in the fire departments, they're up and operating, and the handhelds are all counted for. I hope to be able to supply you with a complete inventory of that stuff. The computers we bought are still operating, and they're all there.